It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. Hey, hey, hey!
Oh yeah, we're back for another Survivor episode. And shocker, Tori didn't win immunity this week. I can't believe it.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
God. It's okay though, because she can counsel herself after she
Yes,
gets
that's
voted.
good. When
She's
she
gonna
gets into the car with the Survivor therapist, she says, "No, you can get out.
get out.
I can talk to myself in the mirror.
I just
That's-
need a mirror to look at myself, and then maybe she was like, "Give me a laptop so I can do some retail therapy on Amazon. Thank you, thank you very much."
need to buy some clothes to make me feel better after getting voted out.
This is what this is. This is all I need. Thank you. Tor.
No. Now that the challenge beast is gone, who's going to take over? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Who else on this cast
there's
is a challenge beast?
No more
Nobody.
physical threats are left. I mean, Jonathan is definitely the biggest social and strategic threat.
Yes, of course.
We saw him really socially and strategically just excel today.
Oh, so much.
He just-
yes, always.
Through every conversation, I just went, "You're saying the exact right things to say." Wow.
It's it's good to put walls up. That in Survivor, it's good to say, "No, you're stupid and I'm right." All the time. It's the right thing to do, definitely.
Yeah, and he definitely just I didn't go just put my head in my hands and go, "You're saying the completely wrong thing to say inside and outside of Survivor."
Why would you?
In every situation today. I completely disagree with what you're saying. I just don't like what you're saying today, Jonathan.
Don't forget the island gods are on his side. They're on his side.
Yeah, that is something that scares me.
You may get cursed.
Is that what I was hearing when this was playing? He wasn't even in that tribal when that was
Do
playing,
not fuck with island gods. It's a sacrifice is about to be made.
I know. What the fuck?
A goat is about to be sacrificed, and that goat is Tori, the greatest of all time.
Oh the goat. Oh, okay. The goat.
The greatest retail therapist to have ever played Survivor. Ever.
Jeez, God. Well,
Ever.
She's just gonna being on the show is just gonna do wonderfuls for her therapy career. So the Survivor therapist.
It's good. It's a dream come true for her. Let's get into this. This is intense episode, huh?
Yeah, some heavy moments, some lighter moments. We'll get into them all. Let's start off, right at the tippy top of this episode. Definitely have a soundbite up here because Romeo immediately talks about how he feels about how he's pretending to talk to everyone. Ben, he's talking about how he's saying it's okay that a few people voted for him, but he does not feel that way.
It's all good if you voted for me, when in reality I want to kick them in the face.
I would like to see that, actually.
Yeah,
I'd be really into that.
Romeo, he can hold a grudge.
Look, Romeo, he's got a beef already now with Hai coming out of this tribal. He's pissed, but he's what did you think about it?
Does Romeo like anyone?
I don't think he does.
He's like, "Don't worry, guys. I still like you, but I don't know if I've ever really heard about we heard him like Drea at one point, but I don't know if I've ever really heard about. I mean, I guess he liked Zach.
He liked Tori, who's now gone,
but then he didn't like Tori.
Right? Yeah.
You're talking about how he doesn't like people a lot.
Yeah. Survivor contestants mostly.
Yeah. And then Hai is like, "You voted for me, right?" And he's like, "No."
It's amazing how much these little hinky votes can really piss people off. Like when Chanel voted Mike, and Mike was just furious, just absolutely furious.
And speaking of hinky votes, so in this vote, Hai actually uses the term hinky vote. So I have the soundbite.
And then all of a sudden I receive a hinky vote, which, whatever, it's fine.
Which is very funny because it's not fine.
It's not fine. He's furious.
The term hinky vote, for anybody listening, is a term from Big Brother coined by Evil Dick, which is a vote, a random vote, not on either
That's
side.
an actual nickname of a person on Big Brother for those who don't know.
Yeah.
We're not calling that person
it's basically a vote. It's a random vote, not on like any target. And it's meant to kind of like throw things awry. It's not a random target, basically.
Well, and clearly it worked a little bit here because Hai is squirming, as Romeo says. He's like, I wanted Hai to squirm. It creates chaos. When you're at the bottom of the totem pole here, why not? Max, why not?
Yeah. But I did think it was interesting in a Survivor that somebody was able to use the term hinky vote out loud in a confessional too.
It's canon because it's CBS. That's why.
But I don't know. I thought it was like,
okay. It's all network
hinky vote is everything's okay now.
Things will bleed in, Things will bleed in.
Yeah, there we go.
Before you know it, the contestants will be saying, "Hi, Julie."
Yeah.
Hi, Julie. You look so pretty.
Yes, Zingbot will be showing up on the beaches of Survivor.
Oh, I'd love to see Zingbot on Survivor.
Yeah, Zingbot.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. We'll have an April Fool's Day episode where like Julie will show up to travel instead of Jeff. It'll be the whole thing.
I love it.
The next day, we get this thing where like Jonathan, Mike, and Roxroy are talking, and Roxroy is like, "We gotta form, this Five Guys alliance."
Why are critics praising Five Guys? Find out for yourself. Five Guys Burgers and Fries in the Lantana Square Shopping Center off Route 7 in Hockessin.
Where the fuck is Hockessin?
I don't know. I didn't even play that. I didn't play that. I
don't understand. Why wouldn't everybody
And a little bit of chicken fried.
I didn't play that. I didn't play that.
Is this what this podcast has become? We're just plugging food franchises now at this point. That's all
for free.
For free. We don't get money for this.
Yeah. We did get a review lately that said we should run ads so we make money off it. We did run ads, but we forgot to make money from it.
Right. That's our bad.
Yes. So Roxroy says that Jonathan, Mike, and Roxroy should bring in Hai and Omar together so that the Five Guys alliance.
Why are critics praising?
Will not get picked off, and especially because they have more men than women.
It always works out so well when you approach somebody for an all one gender alliance when you've never spoke to them before in the entire game. It always works out really well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
what could go wrong?
Yeah, it's very funny. Omar is like, yeah, this really appeals to me, and I've never really talked to Roxroy before, and also, yeah, I really want to just get down to 5 and have to compete against Mike and Jonathan. This really appeals
sounds
to me.
Fun. Which is actually a little bit revealing too about how he thinks about Jonathan as well.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to be ride or die with Jonathan. Well, not supposed to be, but the edit has made it seem like they're super tight, maybe tighter than anybody else in the game. But that is very revealing that, Omar is thinking about the fact that Jonathan will be a huge threat down the road and does not want to compete against him. So that is illuminating.
That did stick out to me for Omar. That did.
I really like Omar's gameplay this season. He is like really showing a winner's edit Really
He
is.
He's sticking out to me in a good way, not like Hai, who's starting to stick out to me in
A bad way.
in
Yeah.
a bad way, while
Well,
still looking good some ways.
well, you know what? Like Omer is he's getting the type of edit where he's either gonna win or he's gonna go out and people are gonna like say he's like Ricard, where he's like, oh, the guy that could have won the season if he had gone all the way. That's
Yeah.
like that's the vibe I'm getting from him right
No,
now.
I'm getting that from Hai too.
Yeah, yeah. Both of them. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great. There's a solid like 4 or 5 people that I think could actually win this game
Yeah.
based
Who
on
else are you
their
thinking?
edits.
Mike?
I'm thinking Mike. I'm thinking Marianne is getting a mostly positive edit. I feel like I was thinking Hai as well. I was thinking let's see who else. Drea was another
Yeah, I
one I
think
was
my
thinking.
Drea stock has been slowly growing.
Yeah,
Has been slowly going
Drea,
up.
Marianne.
So kudos.
Drea, Marianne, Hai, Mike, and Omer, I think, are the 5 people that I feel like have anything close to a winner's edit.
What about my winner pick of Romeo? Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You think Lindsay's gonna win too, right? That's another.
Yes.
She never shows up, but
My
yeah.
Jersey girl.
Gotta go for the Jersey girl.
Yeah. Hi. Hi. I really had a good time with, because once Roxroy goes up to him, he says,
I'm not part of the misogyny club here.
he's like, we are not doing an all male alliance. That is not happening on my watch.
It is
I
funny
will
because
not
Roxroy is
have
like,
that here.
Roxroy's really scratching his head, like, why has this never been done before? Why has this never been
Why
done
have the men never gotten together?
But you know what?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Like men have gotten together before in other
It happens all the
seasons.
time.
It happens a lot.
Like the Three Amigos. I can name like a bunch of all male alliances.
Yes, tons. It happens often.
No, Roxroy is a pioneer. He's the first. He's the first guy to ever come together and say, like, I have to deal with my nagging wife at home, so we need to get no more women on this island, just the bros. Just 5 guys.
Why are critics praising Five Guys?
It is, man. It really does show the just the weak spot in Roxroy's game. It's really
His male fragility.
he just has. There's just people that he doesn't talk to, and then he assumes he can go up and talk to them. He's got his head up his ass. He really does. Why does he think he can approach people he hasn't talked to the whole game and have a solid alliance? And it's like such a matter of fact way of speaking too. Like actually Roxroy and Jonathan are very similar in that respect, where they'll just go up to a person that they're not really that tight with, and they'll be like, this is how it's gonna go. And this is the plan I have, and you're stupid if you don't think I have the same plan, or you're stupid if you don't join my plan. You know, it's like, where do they get the audacity, Max? Where do they get the audacity?
Yeah, he's also apparently. Hai also says he's blunt, and he cuts him off. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't really want to work with him. I think I'll vote him off."
Yeah, yeah, yep. Although he's not the biggest threat in the game, I don't know why people are so quick to jump at voting him off. But
Yeah, I know. It's like, why don't we get Hai out?
yeah, there's a lot bigger threats out there. There is. Having said that, the one thing that keeps being thrown around about Roxroy is his unpredictability, because you know, that all 5 guys alliance came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. And I think that freaks people out.
Yeah.
You know, Mike was so concerned about keeping that big 8 alliance together. But why did he have no qualms about Roxroy saying we got to go 5 guys to the end?
Yeah, I know.
I think that's a little odd.
Yeah.
Maybe he did,
The
and
only
we just
thing a
couldn't
man
see it.
has is his wood. The only thing a man has is his word in the fire. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, fine. All right.
All right. We get to this challenge. We get the divide thing, the water thing.
I will say this: I like the divide twist. I do.
Me too.
I do like them going to separate camps and having separate tribal councils. I think that's really fun. Haven't they done that on Australian Survivor? I think
They
have.
did this on US Survivor last time.
Last season they did it. Yeah.
And I think they've done it in other seasons too. They love doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot.
It's a fun twist. It's one of the twists from previous seasons that I'm happy to see recycled. I think it's good.
Yeah, so we get one tribe has Lindsay, Drea, Jonathan, Tori, and Marianne. One has Romeo, High, Omer, Roxroy, and Mike. The challenge starts off. Jeff is like,
everybody get up off your butt.
Get off your butt and get doing it. And everybody instantly sucks at the challenge because they can't handle.
Did you see those waves? It was crazy.
Can't handle a little bit of waves. They can't just engage their cores and balance. They just suck.
Idiots.
They suck at Survivor. As we've said the whole season, these people suck at Survivor. They didn't practice at home.
Let's be honest, Ozzy probably would have crushed that challenge.
Yeah, like a real like the Survivor days of yore would have handled it valiantly.
From pre-era or
yeah,
old era. What do we call that? Is it
drop the 4, add the 0, add the earlier?
It's like a Survivor BT before Tony, right?
Before Tony, yeah. The good stuff. Yep. So Jonathan wins.
I was shocked when Tori fell.
Oh, and High wins, so that's why they can't vote. They couldn't vote High out. Duh. No. And then I like at the end of this, they're like, Romeo is definitely going home because we have our all-male alliance, so we got to get Romeo out.
We got to get a male out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
GM Rock says they hear the news about Ozzy. What's the news about Ozzy?
I want to know too.
Did he do well on OnlyFans again?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did he post a new
What's the news
hot
about
video
Ozzy?
on OnlyFans? I want to know right now.
What's the news about Ozzy?
I gotta know what it is.
All right, well, we'll keep you guys updated about the news about Ozzy. It's from our friend in the chat.
So of course Jonathan won food because why wouldn't he? He has to get his 25,000 calories. So, yeah, he doesn't have enough calorie intake, so he needs it bad. So we get back to, what is this? 5 people back at the old Taku camp. All the 5 guys. The 5 guys, Max.
Yes.
But they're not the 5 guys.
Why are critics praising 5 guys? Find out for yourself.
I didn't play that.
It just plays automatically now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Every time we say it.
So they didn't get a time to confer. They just severed the groups. They just made them separate. So they just had to go to Taco Beach. Didn't get a plans to like plan with the other tribes. So they just divided.
Yep. Romeo says it's his worst nightmare being there.
Yeah,
I mean, no friends whatsoever. High hates him after he made him squirm after tribal.
Well, do you know what a major problem was?
I have nothing in common with Mike. He's like 100 years old.
Ouch. Being there with the fucking crypt keeper. I mean,
ouch.
Skeletor is there, Mike. I mean,
ouch.
It's like being there with your dead great grandmother's corpse, Mike. I mean, what
is that? What it's gonna be like to be in your 50s? Is everybody's gonna call you a corpse?
Yeah, it's like 100 years old.
I'm not looking forward to being that.
This is what I'm telling you. Romeo hates everyone there. Romeo does not like any of these people.
You want to know what, Max? To be honest, it's kind of endearing. Kind of like
I know.
It's
just funny. Everybody goes to Survivor and it's like, I met all of my best friends. They're all gonna be at my wedding. Like we are bound for life. Like, oh my god. And Romeo is just like, I don't like any of these people. Like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Eyes a weasel.
It's the Rob Sesternino mindset. Right?
Yeah. Mike is old.
I love how candid he is, though. I love
I
it.
hate all of them.
I hate he has wrinkles on his face. It's the worst.
Oh,
He's like 1 foot in the coffin, and it disturbs me. It
oh,
disturbs me.
God.
This is the second time that Mike's age has been referenced as about to
everyone is
die.
like, Mike
Yeah.
is gonna die. It's like if surviving out here was bad enough. Meanwhile, we have to look at Mike, who's like about to die. Like,
Should we give him the $1 million so that his family has something when he passes? Like that's what
yeah,
they're
I
thinking.
know. It's like, why do we have to watch Mike die when we have to think about ourselves dying? Like, it just sucks that Mike. Like, why do we have to be out here with an old guy?
He takes it a lot, doesn't it? He takes the old
Yeah.
criticism a lot. It happens a lot in this season.
Like, we didn't know firefighters lived this long. It's weird.
How is it even possible? How is it even possible?
Roxroy, of course, is like it's really nice having just the guys here, none of the women nagging me around camp. You know, very
Jesus
Roxroy.
Christ.
No, he doesn't say that. No. But he does say some very gendered stuff. He's like, the men, we're very rigid, so we're only going to talk about voting for a little bit because obviously, I'm like, you're just very rigid because
Yeah.
you think everybody's going to think the way you think because you're not very creative.
You and I identify as male. If we were out on that island, we would be going out talking immediately. It would be the first thing that comes to our mind.
Yeah, he's just like, no, we're all gonna do what I say. Everyone thinks the way I think, and that's it.
Right.
That's it.
He's
I mean,
got
at Tribal, in his defense, Romeo does say a very similar thing where he's like, it was very different at camp because we kind of just got there and all the guys were pretty much like,
but that was from the perspective of someone being voted out. Little did he know there were people talking, and they were talking about him.
yeah,
going
that is
home.
true.
Yeah. So I mean, that's someone who's getting voted out. That's exactly what they would
No,
say.
but that
Oh,
was
it's
what
very
Romeo
calm and
said, and
peaceful.
Romeo wasn't the person voted out.
Oh, Romeo said that? I thought
Yeah,
Roxroy
Romeo
did.
said it was different being with a bunch of guys.
Oh, right. He did
Because
say that in a
everybody kind of
confessional,
did the
didn't he?
whole
Yeah.
like grunting thing, and then let's talk about life. So there was a different dynamic with
Yeah.
everybody being a bunch of different guys. So I'm sure there was a different kind of dynamic, but it was funny hearing it from
Right.
Roxroy's perspective of somebody hearing him say it's guys, so we're more rigid, and I'm like, well, you're the most rigid person.
Right.
we've
He's
seen on the
projecting his
show.
own personality.
So
on
it's like
everybody
that's
else,
your
kinda. Yeah.
personality. Like you're rigid.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Well, and as we know, everybody else on that tribe is not, and that's when we segue into Omer.
Well, I think
The-
High can be pretty rigid.
He can, but he's involved in this vote where it doesn't go
Yes.
the way Roxroy wanted to, and Omer is like, look, Romeo is loyal to me personally right now. He's good for my game right now, and long term. Whereas Roxroy, maybe he might be in this big group alliance with me, but he's never talked to me. He never talks to me, and I'm not close with him, and I think he would cut me off in a second. And so Omer's thinking about himself going forward. He this is a good game move. He wants to throw this out there to Romeo and High of like, hey, let's do something here. Let's get rid of Roxroy instead. Because it's best for what Omer's game is. Omer is thinking very clearly here. I think he's really playing a good game.
Yeah. Funny enough, High doesn't like. Romeo doesn't like the plan at first because he thinks High is a huge weasel, but luckily Omer is able to be like, well, you don't really have any options, sweetie.
Yeah.
So maybe
Sometimes you got to make a
try
deal
it."
with your devil. you
Yeah,
know?
it's like, you might, if you want any chance of staying,
Yeah.
this or shot in the dark. So I
And
think
it's kind of the
this is a little
same
better
argument
for
with
you.
High too. It's like, hey, High, this is what's best for all of us right now.
Yeah.
This guy wants an all male alliance. And we can't have that. We can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's amazing that this all came together. Romeo, though, he says, High, I can't work with it. He's the sneakiest weasel in the whole group. Hello. Daniel played this game. What are we talking about here? What about Daniel, huh?
Yeah, this really, stood out to me because Hai had this famous quote.
They're two weasels in a chicken coop.
I mean, these two guys, they're both skinny. I mean, obviously they should work together if they're both skinny. And now they both use weasel metaphors. I mean, Hai and Romeo should be working together.
A lot. Yeah, they got to work together.
They got to stick it out.
They should be buds.
They should be buds. They could rule the world together.
They really could. They really could.
What are they doing?
It's just not working out. I
think it's smart that Hai is like, I think Mike and I should talk it out. We should talk it out.
Well, yeah. Oh, totally. And I'm glad they do. It's an interesting conversation because I think they both make really good points here.
I think they have to talk it out, but
they have to.
They have to.
But they do make really good points here. Like Mike is like, hey, if we're in an alliance and we vote out someone from our alliance, that's going to make us look untrustworthy. And Hai is like, yeah, but Roxroy is producing some huge red flags in terms of trustworthiness going forward.
Yeah.
So they both have good points. And I think both of their fears are legitimate going forward. Having said that, I do think that maybe there was a lot of truth to what Mike said based on how this episode ends, because is Drea going to trust Mike like she did before? Is she going to trust that Alliance of 8 like she did before? I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, I think they knew that was probably the big thing that they were doing, and maybe they would smooth it out there. But I think things are going to be, after this episode, I think things are going to be very blown up.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Which Romeo loves. Tori would have loved it if she had survived this episode to go to the next. But this is really good for Romeo, this episode. Really good for him. Yeah.
Oh,
your winner pick.
Yeah, dude. Romeo's going to win it all now. Come on.
Everybody loves him. He's going to do a clean sweep of jury votes.
He's definitely really bonded with everyone, and I just think that everyone in the jury is like rooting for little Romeo to pull it off.
No, but he did buy himself a little time. He bought himself time for sure. You know,
a lot of time to give that big speech at the end. Win with a Survivor 42. You say
it sarcastically. It's possible. It's
to win it all.
To get to the end.
Okay.
To get to the end, I think it's definitely possible for.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do a lot of work.
I didn't make a get to the end pick. I made a win pick.
I know. I don't know who he'd have to bring to the final 3 to win. It would be a very difficult road. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen there. But it bought him some time. That's all I'm saying.
At this Kula Kula beach, Jonathan, he's finally put his ego aside. No, well, he has been putting his ego aside. He's been putting his ego aside. And it's big move time. Now that he's got the necklace around his neck.
They're all under the assumption that Romeo is going home with what they're strategizing. That's very important going forward.
Yeah, that's probably what they're assuming. So Jonathan says he's put his ego aside, and it's big move time. And it's like, all right, we got to get Drea out because he wants to get an idol out and he wants to make his big move. Now, this is generally a good idea. A lot of
first players... he said he wants to flush her idol, not that he wants to get her out. Lindsay's the one who wants to actually try and get her out.
No, but he wants to get her out because he doesn't want to get Marianne out.
I think he would be okay with Marianne going though.
Oh, okay.
That's the vibe I was getting. I want to at the very least flush out her. Drea's idol.
Oh,
that's the impression that I was getting because Lindsay was really pushing hard of we don't even need to flush anything. I think I can get Drea out with Tori. That was what she was pitching. She was like, we don't even have to flush this or that.
I get what you're saying. Because I was thinking, I was like, why doesn't he just put the things on Tori? So you're thinking
and try and blindside. Yeah.
So you're thinking he's trying to flush and he would rather have also Marianne get out too.
Right. Well, I only think that based on the conversation he had with Lindsay.
Yeah,
Lindsay was like, we don't need to flush anything. We can just blindside her. because she totally thinks that Tori is on the bottom and that everybody wants her gone.
Yeah, that is what it was looking like. That does make sense. Yeah. Well, I did think if you're going to make the big move, it is a good idea to be wearing the necklace. That is the time to do it.
And with a small group too.
Tyson has talked about this. It's generally like a good idea to make the move when you get the necklace on, so you can't like you're fine. You know,
Sure.
like
Yep.
you can't have any backfire.
And you know, knowing that Drea has advantages, knowing that Marianne has advantages, people got to start talking about that.
I don't think they know how many advantages Drea has. Though.
No, I think they just think she has an idol, right?
Yeah.
Do they know that she has the amulet or the other two? They must know she has an extra vote, right?
I don't think everybody does.
Maybe nobody even on that tribe specifically.
Yeah, I don't think Jonathan knows about anything else besides the.
So only one of the 4 advantages are known about right now.
Yes.
And he wants to try and flush that.
Yeah.
If only he knew how many she had. Yeah. If everybody knew, they'd be trying to get her out right away.
Yeah. So Marianne talks to Tori, and apparently Tori's already in on this plan, but like they weren't supposed to talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
And
well, Tori is thrilled to be in on any
major
plan.
eye roll. They're like, oh, okay.
She's happy to be in on any plan.
Yeah.
She's been on the outs from the very beginning. So yeah, she's down. But Marianne also didn't like the way Jonathan was talking to her either. Like she was recognizing, oh great, Jonathan's including me. But he's being super fucking condescending while he's doing it. He's telling me everything what to do. He's speaking to me like I'm a child. Jonathan's social game is trash. It's complete trash. It really is. And even you see Lindsay later talking to Tori saying, well, he's a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know how to talk to this guy. I'm trying to talk to him. It's got to be hard to work with Jonathan out there on that island.
Well, I think Marianne has a big problem with Jonathan. I don't know if I think Jonathan's social game seems like utter trash in this episode. I don't know how.
But Lindsay doesn't like him either.
Well,
Lindsay gets frustrated by him.
Called him an idiot, and Lindsay had a big problem with him in this episode. But I don't know if Lindsay dislikes him.
No, Lindsay did say he's kind of an idiot.
Oh,
Lindsay said that.
I don't know if she dislikes him or not. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think she feels like she has to stick to the Taku 4. That's what I think.
That's true. But
I think she's starting to get there. She looks like she's getting to that edge.
I want to know. Like, I want a confessional to see it because, like, all we know is that like Marianne dislikes him. Like, we haven't gotten to see anyone else's perspective on how they feel about Jonathan. My assumption is that they don't. Or that they're getting there, but like I do want to know like how they feel.
There's been little things here and there in previous episodes about how Jonathan can be a little arrogant. Yeah. It is mostly from Marianne, yes, but it's Lindsay has said some things too. You know, there's been little things here and there.
Yeah, because it just seems like they're mostly like in with him, and then it's like Marianne just getting kicked to the side. But no, I do agree. I mean, everything else that he said would really annoy me, as I've said before.
Well, this conversation that he has with Lindsay.
Oh, it's insane.
It's because she is really bringing up very valid points, like extremely valid points. And he is just putting up walls and he's sticking his fingers in his ears. And he's gone, la, 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 la. You know, it's like, just fucking listen for 2 seconds.
I don't get how she puts up with it. That's what was blowing my mind. I'm like,
she said, man, the patience that she has.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is this just like you like him, so you're able to like put up with it? Is it like gameplay you're able to put up with it? I'm like, why are you so able to put up with this?
I think she's got an enormous amount of patience. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think she's handling it very well. Maybe even the same way Omer handles talking to Jonathan. We don't see a whole lot there, but you gotta stroke the ego a little bit. You know, I don't think Jonathan has the awareness to realize that he's just a meat shield until they decide to vote him off.
Yeah,
he kind of thinks he's controlling the whole fucking game.
Yeah, it was really obnoxious. It was really bad.
But you know, Lindsay, she really feels like they can blindside Drea, and you know, Jonathan just doesn't get it. He keeps being condescending. Then he pitches to Marianne or Lindsay ends up pitching to Marianne, maybe we should just get rid of Tori. After all this conversation with Jonathan, she's like, I at this point, if this guy's not listening, maybe we should just get rid of Tori. That's a safe bet.
I know.
Yep. So, Jonathan kind of talks his way out of whatever his strategy is, by being condescending.
But I think going into this that the plan was to get out Drea in the end.
At Tribal, it does seem like that. Yeah, it seems like Drea was going to vote Marianne and Marianne was going to vote Drea.
Yeah. That's definitely what it looks like.
Yep.
So the first Tribal, we get the epic storm music.
This is war.
Why are critics praising Five Guys? Find out for yourself. Five Guys Burgers and Fries in the Lantana Square Shopping Center off Route 7 in Hockessin.
Where is Hockessin?
That's where they have Tribal. That's
Hockessin.
Hockessin's where they have Tribal. That it all makes sense now. That's where the five.
You know what? I just looked it up. Do you want to know where it is?
Where they have Tribal?
No, where Hockessin is.
Yeah, where they have Tribal.
Okay. I guess they have Tribal in Delaware.
Yeah. Yo, in Delco?
Delco! Circle reference. Love it. So we get our Five Guys Tribal. They've all got their burgers.
Why are critics praising Five?
They all got their burgers and fries. They're ready to go.
The critics are praising them.
We get to see Chanel on the jury.
Bye, Chanel.
I hope I'm in the right automobile for tonight.
No, you're not. You're in the jury.
She's in the jury automobile. Yeah. Whatever that is.
I really missed there were not a lot of metaphors tonight, and I was really confused about what was going on. I didn't know what was happening.
You were so confused.
I was like, Jeff, how do I know what's going on if it's not through something else?
They might as well be speaking a different language.
I know.
I need metaphors to understand things.
Please. At least give me a simile, at least.
It would help so much. So yeah, they talk about how this twists through a wrench in things. They got to go from plan A to plan B. We've got to adapt. We've got to be flexible. And Roxroy's like, it's guys don't talk. They don't talk. Jeff, guys don't talk.
Time for some rice. Let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Gotta get a Roxroy soundbite soon.
Yeah. Do you agree? Guys don't talk. We're very rigid. I mean, when we started this podcast, we started with about 30 minutes of silence, right?
Yeah,
and then we just started talking.
Slowly developed the language over time.
It's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing.
It's a boys being boys. Here we go again.
But we had to read fashion magazines to learn the language. So we had to read women's fashion magazines to learn language. It's the only way we could develop. Did you see when they were voting that Mike wrote out an R, so you didn't know which way he was gonna go, going Roxroy or Romeo?
Oh my god, they could have done an RO.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Give us the O. Come on, really get us going. Really get us excited.
Okay,
give us that O.
That was that Tribal. Roxroy goes home.
Went. Well, it went right across. Do you think he was upset that he didn't get to go in the car right away and and eat a Snickers bar in the car and all that?
I can't believe your wife is giving you sports updates.
Don't say that on the podcast.
In the chat,
Nuggets are tied. Let's go.
What is this? Can she text you?
Thank you, Amy. I love you so much.
Text each other. Get out of the chat. This is about reality.
You just say that because
television.
your nets are out. You just say that because your nets are out.
Reality television text.
Is NBA not reality? I don't
You're right.
understand. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Jiminy Cricket. Watching John Bennett, I'm so impressed with him.
Okay.
Let's go Nuggets. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
This next tribal, we like to be funny on this podcast, and sometimes we are. Usually,
Sometimes.
so yeah. Usually, we're
It's
not.
a very
funny.
small amount.
It's very. We laugh a lot of the time. I don't know how often you guys laugh.
Yeah, we like to laugh at our own stuff a
Yeah,
lot. Maybe
a lot
too
of
much. People
comedians-
have said too much.
People said maybe you guys should laugh at your own jokes a lot. That's
A lot of fellow
usually-
comedians have told us it's embarrassing how
You
much
laugh
you
at your
laugh
own
at your own
jokes.
jokes. Yeah.
You play a soundbite where you applaud at your own jokes. You might notice now that we're vamping.
This is a very intense tribal. It's a very intense tribal. And, are we the guys to put a social commentary on it? I don't think so. But here's the thing I really think it was great that this got out there, that this got airtime, that this was a focal point. I really do love this about New Era Survivor, that these are issues that are being talked about. And yeah, I can totally see how Drea and Marianne walking into this tribal and seeing both Roxroy and Chanel sitting on the jury would really throw them back and make them rethink things a lot about how they're playing the game and what they want to do going forward on this tribal, especially since they were planning on voting against each other. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I thought it looking at the two black players on the jury, and then thinking like, oh, and then looking at Drea's reactions, I was like, oh, I know what's going through her head right now, and thinking if maybe she would change the way that she felt about it. And then I thought, this is what happened. It's actually a positive thing that comes out, how they changed that 50% of casting would be people of color, and these are kind of the positive things that come about it,
Totally.
and how
Yeah.
that it can actually affect emergent gameplay. And kind of, that it can still actually cause some struggles for the players and how they have to emotionally deal with things, but that it can affect the game in a positive light because it helps players stick around for longer, and that it gives them a way to react to things more. And
you can really feel it as a viewer that this is something that's really striking a chord with both Drea and Marianne. It was really sad that's the emotions that they were feeling. I felt bad for them, that they were really hurt in that moment.
Yeah.
Having said that, this was a very different vote. They didn't even vote. They just were both like, I'm using my idol, and that's the way it is. You can't vote off either of us tonight. And it's going to have to be someone else. And guess who it is? Guess who has to go?
It was Tortor. And just for people
it's all Tortor
that want us to say more, we could say a lot more, but it wouldn't be adding anything else to what was said at Tribal or what they would say, or that people that are more qualified to say things that we could say, like people of color could say. There's not anything more for like us to say. It's just like not. It's just not a great contribution for us to add. So that's why we're saying that there's probably just better resources and people for those things to talk about. And there's hundreds of blogs and tweets and podcasts for people talking about that. And we're just,
I love that Survivor is giving that platform to them to say that. Yes.
But we are two white guys.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're not gonna virtue signal about this, but we do think that we have shown that we support these people and that we 100%. Love that these things are being said. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there that
I was really feeling it for both of them in that moment.
Yes.
It was a really good moment for both of them. I'm really happy that Survivor showed it. I think it's great. Yeah.
But like you're saying, okay, what if Tori Okay. So when the vote happened and Tori was like, "Okay, I'm gonna play my shot in the dark now."
What
that
if
I
she
know-
gets it?
Now? Okay, no, okay. But when she said, but I do love how she was smart enough to be like, "Okay, so I know where all the votes are going.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play my shot in the dark." I thought she was smart to think on her feet because she's like, "Jeff, this was kind of."
Oh, you think
stupid."
she wouldn't have played her shot in the dark? Of course she would. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
no-brainer. Yeah.
Okay, but still, I mean, it was pretty like catching me off guard here. You know, I might have been like, "Wait, do I go home?" Like I'm like,
Am
there's
I
a
supposed
lot
to go home right now?
Like, wait, what's happening? You know, I think I'd be like, wait, what are
Sure,
my
yeah.
options?
Right.
What if Lindsay had been like, well, if she's playing her shot in the dark,
I'm playing mine.
I'm playing my shot in the dark.
Wow. Yeah.
And then
Should Lindsay have done that?
no, probably not. Well, what if she
No,
did?
but okay, game yes, social no. Is that what you're saying? Like
Okay.
strategically speaking, Lindsay
Okay, hear
probably
me
should
out.
play it there. Yeah.
Well, I don't know because like
Because what is the odds at this point? So there's 2 scrolls. I don't still even know how Shot in the Dark works. There's
It's
2
a
scrolls that
one-
say safe, right?
it's like a 1 in 6 chance.
And for all we know, people have. Oh, so are the scrolls reset when they merge?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's 12 scrolls in that bag,
Right. Yeah.
and 2 of them are safe.
And the 2 scrolls might not even be on that 5-person tribe. They could be on the other tribe.
No, I think they're all still in the bag.
Oh, I see. Okay. It doesn't like split between 2 tribes.
Well, I don't know if like 2 scrolls get removed each time somebody gets voted out. Maybe your
Well,
odds
that's what I
get
was
better. I
wondering.
don't know if your odds get better.
That's what I've been wondering.
I think
this
your
whole
odds
time.
probably do. Yeah, your odds get better once somebody. Wait, I guess your odds get better each time a shot in the dark is used, or your odds always
Like
the same.
that's what I'm wondering. Do they toss a scroll after someone gets voted out? And maybe that scroll was a safe scroll. That would be stupid, right?
No, but
From the
we
producers,
saw
that would
her-
be stupid.
We saw her actually at the end dip her hand into just like a big bag of scrolls.
Right, yeah. Okay. But have scrolls been tossed? That's the question.
Dude, we don't fucking know.
Why won't they
Okay,
tell us?
but here's my theory. Okay. What if her and Lindsay both used shot in the dark
Mhm.
and they were both safe?
That would be stupid. That would be the worst outcome possible. Shot in the dark never works. And then all of a sudden it works at this tribal at the worst possible time for a shot in the dark to work. And it happens at this tribal. Yeah,
Okay,
no.
but everybody would have been safe, so just no one would have went home.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. Holy shit. That would have been the first time in history. First time in history.
No one would have went
Nobody
home.
goes
Jeff
home.
would have gone home.
Is that what happens? It diverts to Jeff.
Jeff!
Jeff hops on his jet ski and goes home on the
Yeah.
jet ski. Right.
He's
Like old school.
I'm finally free.
Oh, what do we think about Tori finally being gone? It's wild. I didn't think
miss
it was
her.
ever going to happen. You miss her. Oh no. You miss her retail therapy, right? That's what it is.
Who's gonna win these challenges now?
I know. There's no other challenge beasts out there other than Tori. Nobody else is going to win.
Who are
them.
they gonna decide to vote out?
Oh, yep.
Well, that's that.
That's that episode.
Shot in the dark will never work.
It'll never
and,
work. Nope.
This will be the last season. We'll see it, and that's that.
Thank God for that.
And fire tokens are coming back next season. Let's go.
Are they really?
No, I don't know. It'd be funny.
I'd be okay with it. I didn't hate the
I
fire token twist.
It's
I
just
didn't
like
hate
the show isn't long enough for them to work.
it. Yeah. It worked a little bit for Winners at War.
Like a little bit. They got
Natalie got to go back in with an idol. You know, that
and
helped.
some peanut butter.
That made things happen a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So be it. Yeah. Oh, well,
this has been another week of Survivor.
yes, I'm looking forward to next week. I feel pretty okay about my winner pick so far. I've got a pretty good idea of who. I feel like I've definitely narrowed it down to 5 people of who can win this game.
Yeah, we did that, and
Yeah.
I know Romeo is going to win it all. I have faith.
I still think that was not a bad winner pick at all.
He's not here to make friends, okay? He's here to make $1 million.
Oh, he's a great character, though. He really is.
A great winner. One of the greatest
Okay.
ever.
Oh my God. All right. All right. How much
It's
money
all
did
good if you voted for me, you know, when in reality I want to like kick them in the face.
That's right.
do it, Romeo? Provide us
just
some
do it.
entertainment, please. I'm down. Let's go.
Yes, skinny boy energy.
This is how they do things in the pageant world. Drop
Yes.
kick.
I'm starting to look like a skeleton. So sorry, America, I look like crap.
Yeah, he's starting to look like Mike, and he's getting really nervous about it.
Oh God. Has this experience really made Mike think more about his mortality? I wonder. I really
Definitely.
do. Oh man. Well, folks, this was a fun episode. We are going to be back next week around the same time. You can catch us covering 90 Day Fiance if you're into that show. We're going to be covering that on Mondays around 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be covering Temptation Island tomorrow around 3 p.m. Eastern. And guess what? The Circle trailer has dropped.
What?
Yeah, this was the show where we got our start. We used to be called Circle Alert. Now we're Reality Alert. We love
What?
the Circle. We can't wait for the Circle to come back. That's going to be May 4th. You better believe we're covering it. Probably going to be doing a cast assessment sometime early next week. So you can look out for that as well. Yes, that's Nick Uhlenhuth.
Hashtag my lord.
So join us for those. That's going to be fun. Also, we are getting real close to 200 subscribers on YouTube. We're looking for 5 people. Could you be one of the 5 guys? Could you be one of the 5
Why
guys?
are critics praising 5 guys?
Yeah, that's going to make people want to join.
So join us on YouTube. You can see what we look like on here, the expressions that we make while we're talking, all of that great stuff. You can see the white wall behind Max. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay,
That's good. That's so good.
we're also on Twitch, Reality Alert. We're on Twitter, Reality Alert _ and Instagram, Reality Alert Podcast. Please join us on there. God, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is not the biggest
It's a lot of Circle sound bites.
Are we getting excited about the Circle or
So
what?
excited. So excited.
How excited are we? You want these sound bites or what?
That is savage.
All right, folks. We'll see you around. Thank you so
Hashtag
much for
50 Shades.
joining. I'm sick of competing with sound bites. Let's go. Bye-bye.
How romantic.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your 2 best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
I have nothing in common with Mike. He's like 100 years old.